get a little bit more light. Very good. He's going to keep working this stuff. We've been threatening to do this for a while. Let's try and get together as many power meters as we can, test them, and then give you our opinions on not only their testing performance, but subjectively our opinions on the way they install, the way they handle different conditions and all that kind of stuff. The first thing, and the only thing that is important across all of them, is that they give you accurate, consistent data. We're going to retire to the garage using the Tacx Neo as our base and test as many as we can. I think that works. The protocol is...
We've got a minute at 250 watts, a minute at 350 watts, a minute at 400 watts. The trainer will go onto gradient mode and we'll do a little sprint.
Quarq Riken, another Quarq Riken, set of Garmin Vector 2s, set BPro pedals, an SRM Campagnolo power meter, and an older FSA SRM power meter. So we've got pedal-based ones, we've got crank-based ones. Okay, Jesse's going to kick us off. He's starting with the SRM Riken 2014 model, crank-based power meter. Going into this whole thing, Jesse, do you think you'll see a difference?
I think we'll see a small difference between some of the ones that are aligned on installation, so the Garmin Vectors, just based on past experience. Between the crank-based ones, it should be within 5 watts. Oh, that's harder than it should be.
So we're moving to the Vectors, the pedal-based power system now. Obviously very cautious of installation on these ones because that is a key ingredient to the whole thing, right? So we've got the torque wrench out. We're going up to 40 Newton meters on the Garmin's, as exact as we can, but you know, this is also realistic. You know, this is not a laboratory, this is our garage. How much are you loving Garmin install, Jesse? Yeah, one of the big advantages of the Garmin's is the interchangeableness of them across bikes, but setting them up, I'm sorry, it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. That said, if they're accurate, they're very, very affordable. Update on the BPro. We may not be using it. Jesse's done the Garmin's and his other Quarq. Unfortunately, now that means that's my turn. I'm going to try the 2 SRMs, sold as the gold standard of power meters. We will find out. I'm more nervous about having to push 400 watts for a minute, but first I need to get my gear on. Okay, ready to go. One. I survived. Okay. Last but not least, another SRM. This is an older model, refurbished FSA SRM chainring. Anyway, there you go. So just a easy spin to test some power meters. We're going to, Jesse's going to take all the data back to his place, analyse it. Still alive. Jesse has crunched the numbers.
At 350 watts, my Quarq on my road bike read 344 watts. The Neo read 351. A 7 watt difference, that's within 2%, fine. Time trial bike, the Quarq read 342 watts. The Neo read 351 watts. 2% difference.
What about the Vectors?
The Garmin Vectors on the time trial bike, the Vectors read 241. The Neo read 251, so a little bit lower there, but on Chris's road bike, the SRM read 353, and the Neo read 348. Again, that's super close. Your TT bike, Chris, the SRM read 350 watts, and the Neo read 349 watts, within 2%. And it's the same trend with every power level we did, and with all the power meters, they're all within 2%. So in terms of pure accuracy when they're installed perfectly, the zero offset's done straight before you do the intervals, the temperature doesn't change, they're all accurate. Alright, so it's another Miller test where everything is exactly the same again. There are some subjective things. Reliability is where you'll start to see the differences. So just from our experience, the SRM and the Quarks so far have been perfectly reliable in terms of you can go out for a ride one day, temperature can change, but it still reads accurately. From personal experience with the Vectors, their reliability is a bit off. The Vectors also don't have an auto zero function. If you want to know you're getting accurate readings in the middle of a race, you have to get off, put your cranes vertical, go into your Garmin, redo that whole process.
Okay, so points we kind of take away from this really, these things are pretty accurate. It's in the controlled environment that works quite well. When you're out on the road, that's these other issues that we're talking about. I'm not surprised that they all are very accurate.
They're all high quality units, so there's an expectation that they are accurate, and we found that they are.
That battery's just gone dead, so that means we're out of time. I'm really interested in your thoughts. Hopefully you've got some suggestions. Sorry, I forgot, the BPros. Why didn't we test the BPros?
The BPros, okay.
Because we could not install them. Where's a big red line through install? No, the installation process was ridiculous. This is not sponsored by BPro. Power meters tested.